Go home and get some rest. Let me do some defensive stuff. No. You need a break.
No matter if I'm fighting somebody 0-100 or 100-0, I'm still gonna train the same way. Everybody that's gonna fight me, this gonna be like the toughest fight of their life. You're interviewing 7 other people, and I'm pretty sure they saying the same thing. How far do I think I go in this tournament? You know the answer. I think I'm gonna win the whole thing. I'm fast, I'm strong, I hit real hard. I just can't see nobody beat me.
If he pound for pound, then we pound for pound.
Hey, think I'm in there?
You got one. Come on, come on.
He been slick. Me is like about my kids, what they remember about me.
Had this reason, had this hard, just like every single day.
Will it be brutal, do you think?
You know, we not having tea and cupcakes together. You know, it's a fight.
He's never fought anybody like me. He's never fought anybody that's going to hit him back, so you better be prepared.
They say, to be the best, you've got to beat the best. Excellent fight, you know, this is a... Hey, y'all gonna boo me? They can't mess with me, dog. Whoever they put in front of me, they gonna get the same treatment.
You're getting it.
You never fought nothing like me. That's the difference.
I am the best, and I'm gonna keep proving it.
Hey, what it do, everybody? Cypher Supreme TV back with another video, man. We got a barn burner of a fight coming up next weekend, man. We talking about Regis Prograis versus Josh Taylor, 2 undefeated fighters looking for one goal, and that's to become the undisputed champion at 140 pounds. It is the World Boxing Super Series. This is the fight I've been waiting on, and I actually predicted that these two would probably be the last two standing in this particular thing here. A lot of people are, talking about this fight, but I feel like a lot of people are not talking about this fight. This fight, I think, is not getting enough attention to me. I mean, I think it should be promoted a little bit more harder, a little bit more. I think this is a fight that the fans would like to see, whether you're a casual fan or you're a hardcore boxing fan. I think this is a treat for the boxing fan, period. You got 2 undefeated fighters. You got Regis Prograis. You know, he's the WBA, IBF, and WBC Diamond Champion, 24-0, 20 knockouts. Outstanding fighter, man. And you got a guy in Josh Taylor who's been phenomenal in this tournament. I mean, he taking him out left and right, 15-0, 12 knockouts. In just 15 fights, I think he commanded a lot of respect at the 140-pound division. A lot of people actually favor him to be the absolute best at 140 pounds. I feel like the winner of this fight will go on to be the man at 140 pounds. Both of these guys have accomplished so much early in their careers. They've accomplished a lot, since they started boxing. People like to talk about what they feel is the advantages or disadvantages, because as you know, we'll go through that. You know, I like to talk about who I believe will win the fight with every fight video I talk about. You know, I like to predict my own winner, and usually my predictions I try to be as accurate as I can, and try to eat less crow as possible. You know, I did pretty good with the Earl Spence pay-per-view. I didn't miss not one fight, so we'll see how this go on this one. I'm not sure about the undercard. I do know that Shishora will have a new opponent on the undercard, so I'll probably make another video right before the day of the fight. Y'all make sure y'all go to Marlowe's Corner and listen to Trey X and whoever special guests will be on their panel, and watch them call the fight. It should be great. But let's get right into it anyway, right now. You know, for me, when I decide to predict the winner, I don't really give a shit about your resume and who you beat, but we will talk about resumes real quick. I think the better of the two, as far as resume goes, you would have to say is Josh Taylor. He's fought stiffer competition. He has more notable wins, as you can see. Not to take nothing away from Regis Prograis, I feel like he's had some notable wins himself. You know, I think the guys that he beat, like Flanagan and Dongo, people like that. But then when you look at Taylor, you see he don't beat a lot of people like Davies. He beat Bariashek. Victor Postal was on his resume. I mean, those are no names that you would like to sneeze at. So, you know, at 140 pounds, both men are kind of well accomplished. In the amateurs, I think Regis has the advantage, and in the pros, because at the end of the day, Regis has fought a lot of versatile opponents, and he has more pro fights. And I think he's fought a lot of great professional fighters in his amateur career. Most notable would be Errol Spence. He fought Errol Spence twice in the amateurs. Very two close competitive fights, which Errol Spence won those. But, you know, I think he can compete with guys his size and is bigger. So if you're worrying about the size advantage that Josh Taylor has, I don't think that would even be a factor as well. One thing that I do think is a factor will be head movement. That'll be a factor, and speed. I think both men have decent head movement. A lot of people may think Regis Prograis is stiff, but if you watch Regis Prograis fight for real, you know he's not a stiff. So, you know, I think both men are very mobile, but hand speed advantage definitely goes slightly to Josh Taylor. I think power goes to Regis Prograis. No notable weaknesses, I believe, in Josh Taylor, though, man. I got to keep it 100 on that, man. Dude got everything you want in a fighter. I think he's very, very, very tough. He takes a hell of a punch. He can dish him out as well, but I don't think he's quite as strong or powerful as Regis Prograis. But he has that speed and he has that velocity with his punches will make a difference that can put Regis down on his ass if he catch him with the right punch. I do have one thing. This is something I just think because I don't know this to be true because I haven't seen nobody expose it, but I think Regis can expose it. I think he's a weak to the body. I think Regis can take him out with a body shot. Regis is a splendid body puncher. Don't let nobody tell you no different. If you watch this man fight, you know he will break your ass down to the body systematically. I think that he can expose that. You know, that could be big trouble for Taylor. Far as Regis go, I don't know about his conditioning. I mean, he has knocked out all but four of his opponents. And then to go into deep waters with a fighter like Josh Taylor, you got to really wonder about that. Can he survive deep waters with Josh Taylor if it has to go that way? We don't know. You know, the jury's still out on that. So that's the biggest important part right there, and that could be one of the biggest advantages Taylor can take care of because we know he's pretty well conditioned. So I got to give him an advantage with that as well. But I will say since he turned pro, Regis have improved in all areas since he's been a professional fighter, and I've seen him grow, and I think that's a good thing. And also, like I said, his power is way more better now. And plus, the bigger he gets, it seems like the better his power is. I believe Regis can knock out Josh Taylor at some point in the fight. It would have to be in deep waters. If it goes to a decision, I think Taylor can edge him out a little bit. But I think Prograis can and will knock out Taylor. So if you asking me what's my prediction right now, how I'm feeling, I'm going with Prograis by knockout. Y'all let me know who y'all got. Tell me y'all predictions on the fight and tell me how you see it going. But right now I'm gonna say Prograis 8th, 9th round knockout for Regis Prograis. I may change my mind. I never changed my mind before, but usually when I make a prediction video, I usually stay with the person I pick. This is one fight I could definitely be wrong. You know, Taylor has got all the tools, but we'll see, man. Tell me who y'all got, man. Peace and blessings. Thanks for listening. Holla back.